Hi, my name is Erica Mones, and I was born with spastic cerebral palsy, which is a neuromuscular condition that affects the way I walk. It affects my upper body mobility and also the way I speak. This is not my normal intro, but today I am going to be talking about what it's like to get a new wheelchair. And this is not really like a fun story time. It's very, I don't know if emotional is the right word, but it's frustrating, and it's something that should not be. Nobody should have to go through this in order to get a wheelchair, because ultimately wheelchairs help disabled people get around. Now, I am not a full-time wheelchair user. I do have use of my legs, so a lot of times I will get around using a strand crutch. But when I went away to college, especially, and I had to walk long distances every day, and also if I had to carry something and walk at the same time, a lot of times I was unable to do that. So having a power wheelchair really helped me out. I was able to get food from the dining hall. I was able to carry heavy textbooks because I took Latin and Greek, and those textbooks were super heavy, so I was able to carry those to class. And I was just able to live like a normal 20-something-year-old. I was able to hang out with my friends and socialize and get internships and I was able to volunteer in the community. My point of saying all this is to show people that my wheelchair helped me. It helped me to live a fulfilling life and to just be able to do stuff. But then last year, unfortunately, my wheelchair broke, and since at the time when I had gotten that wheelchair, I was on private insurance, and currently I am on Medicare, which is government-funded insurance, in case you don't know what that is, if you're not from the U.S. or just if you don't know. But so my insurance would not cover fixing that wheelchair that I got with my private insurance. So I have to get a new wheelchair, and I'm currently in the process of doing that. And it is a very disheartening and dehumanizing process, and that is what I am going to talk about today. I'm really gonna try not to curse in this video, even though I really want to, because this topic gets me really just upset, because the system shouldn't be like this. Before I get too much into a rant, I am going to explain why I am so upset right now. So, I believe it was 2 days ago on Thursday, and I am filming this on Saturday. I'm filming this on the 4th of July, and I went to the wheelchair clinic on my dad's birthday, which is July 1st. So, however many days it's been, I'm not good at math, but so I went to the wheelchair clinic, and I explained my situation to the people there, and that because my cerebral palsy affects both my arms and legs, I was looking to get some sort of a power chair, but also, since I am not a full-time wheelchair user, I don't think it's necessary to get a like 400-pound power wheelchair, because ultimately I think that's mostly for full-time wheelchair users, because it's a lot more comfortable, and also they can put different features on it, like tilting and elevation, which is really good for people if they can't walk, because then they can like reach and grab something up high. But since I can walk, and this is mostly for like long distances, and also just like, say I get a job in a city somewhere, and it might not be safe for me to walk, because a lot of cities, these sidewalks have a ton of like bumps and cracks in them, and I can trip and fall and hurt myself. So, and I'm currently looking for a job, but if I were to get a job, having a wheelchair would be the difference between being able to do my job efficiently and being so exhausted from having to walk everywhere all day and then do a job. But unfortunately, the people at the wheelchair clinic told me that I could not get the wheelchair that I had, and the wheelchair that I have for reference is an e-fix, which is basically like, it's a manual wheelchair with motorized wheels. So it does have a joystick, but it is only 75 pounds. And typical power chairs are 400 pounds. So you can imagine it was a lot easier to transport that wheelchair. Like, I didn't have to have a special van that is like tens of thousands of dollars, which like nobody can afford in this country. And I also, it was a lot easier to maneuver because it was a smaller chair. But unfortunately, Medicare does not cover that. And it's just so upsetting, because you know what Medicare says wheelchairs are for. They say wheelchairs are only for inside of your living quarters, which basically, so your apartment or your house, but they're not going to pay for something to be taken outside. And this is what my mom personally believes, and I kind of believe it too. She says it's so that they won't have to pay for a special van or like a ramp or like anything to be able to transport your wheelchair. Now, why is it that I don't get to leave my house according to Medicare. Why is it only deemed medically necessary that I'm able to pee and take a shower and get dressed, but it's not medically necessary to socialize, to have a job, to live a fulfilling life? And this isn't just about me. I really want to make that clear. Because even for full-time wheelchair users that are going to get the heavy-duty wheelchair, which, by the way, I'm going to get, even though it's going to make my life harder for no reason, where wheelchairs are supposed to be freeing, but this is not. But people that are full-time wheelchair users, a lot of times, like I said before, like the elevation feature can be very handy because they can raise up their chair and they can reach for things in the cabinet, whereas people who don't have that feature will have to ask people for help, which there's no shame in that, but a lot of people do like to be able to do as much as possible on their own. But guess what? Medicare also will not pay for it. The elevation feature. Oh my God. It is disgusting. It is disgusting that this is the government-funded health care. And that they don't even care that they want disabled people to live in their homes like hermits. It is disgusting. Tomorrow is the 4th of July, and I'm like, Independence Day from what? From ableism? I don't think so. And it's like, if I hear the word not the word, but the phrase, medically necessary, in regards to a wheelchair ever again, I am going to scream. Because here's the thing. Disability is not just a medical issue. Like, yes, parts of it are, but parts of it are social issues. And the government needs to realize that and address it. There is no excuse. I am disgusted by this. Disabled people should be able to live their lives like everybody else. It is 2021. There is no excuse. I should be able to get a job and be able to go back and forth from that job to wherever I am living without having to worry about scheduling things, because the bus that can handle my 400-pound wheelchair that I don't need only comes at a certain time, so I have to work my life around the schedule of that. My God. If you can't already tell, I am angry. I am livid. And here's the thing. Like I said before, like I will scream from the rooftops, wheelchairs aren't just medically necessary. They are to help disabled people live a fulfilling life and have some semblance of freedom in this ableist society that doesn't even want us to leave our homes. I am not a social pariah. I will not hide myself so able-bodied people don't have to worry about making the world accessible. I will not hide myself. I refuse. This is not an inspiring story. This is not a tragic story. This is a story that I hope will incite some sort of a change, and also open some people's eyes, because I realize if you aren't disabled and you aren't close to somebody who needs a wheelchair, you probably are blissfully ignorant to this. And unfortunately, I don't have that luxury. We need change. The government needs to pay for whatever wheelchair that'll make a disabled person's life the most fulfilling. So for me, if that means getting another e-fix, I should be able to get that. But then if one of my friends that is a wheelchair that can elevate so that they can reach things on their own, they should be able to get that. It should not be up to the government to decide, oh, well, that wheelchair isn't medically necessary. No. I'm not going to say I hope you enjoy this video, because I don't think it's something enjoyable. But I hope you learned something from this video, and I hope if nothing else it makes you more aware. I will be making a petition, and while I don't think it's going to do anything, I would really appreciate it if you would sign it and share it, and also just contact like your local representatives and your local senators. I couldn't think of the word because I'm so angry. I really hope you will try to make a change. Try to say this isn't okay. Disabled people should not be dehumanized, and their lives should not be dictated by these bureaucrats that have no idea what it's actually like to be disabled, and what it's like to be told that able-bodied people always know best. I think that's the end of this video. I really hope it didn't come out as an incoherent rant, but I guess I'll find that out when I go to edit this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye.